You know how a referee feels in an NHL game? Just don't boo. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this great, exciting announcement. And all our friends from outside the city, welcome to Brandon. It is so great to see so many people here. It's a beautiful outside, it's a beautiful day out, but it's also beautiful in here. It's an amazing space, and I welcome you all. My name is Len Eastlifson. I'm the MLA for Brandon East, and I'm happy to be here today with my colleagues, Minister Gilmore, the Minister of Mental Health, Wellness, and Recovery, along with my colleague Reg Helwer, the Minister of Labor, Consumer Protection, and Government Services, and also the MLA for Brandon West. So welcome. We also have with us today Dwayne Dick, Executive Director of Westman Youth for Christ, so welcome. Sachi, and I'm going to brutalize this, Villanueva. That's what I said. From the Huddle Youth Advisory Council. And I got to tell you, I that kind of threw me off a little bit, and I looked, and interesting, very interesting the work that you and your group does. So welcome to Brandon. I also want to acknowledge our friend, His Worship Mayor Rick Crest is here today. So welcome and thank you for joining us. I want to start by acknowledging that we are gathered on Treaty 2 territory and that Manitoba is located on the treaty territories and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Anishinaabeg, Dakota Oke, the Nasaleen, and Nethawakik nations. We acknowledge that Manitoba is located on the homeland of the Red River Métis. We acknowledge northern Manitoba includes lands that were and are the ancestral lands of the Inuit. We respect the spirit and intent of treaties and treaty making, and remain committed to working in partnership with First Nations, Inuit, and the Métis people, and in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and collaboration. At this time, I'd like to invite my friend, Minister Sarah Gilmore, to the podium.
Thank you very much for that, Len, and thank you all for joining us here today for this exciting announcement. I am Sarah Guillemard, I'm Minister of Mental Health and Community Wellness, and I do appreciate everyone's time today and all the effort put into today's announcement. I also would like to acknowledge that we are meeting today here on Treaty 2 territory, the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, Dene people, and the homeland of the Métis. It's my pleasure to be joining you all today in celebrating the expansion of youth hubs in Manitoba and for the exciting unveiling of the new brand for this initiative. I would like to thank United Way Winnipeg and Westman Youth for Christ for hosting this event. We are here to celebrate the incredible work of organizations and service providers who work diligently to support the mental health and the well-being of youth and young adults in our province, while also giving hope to all who struggle. I want to thank the generous partners who support the youth hubs in Manitoba, including United Way, Winnipeg, the Bell Graham Boak Foundation Partnership, the RBC Foundation, the Winnipeg Foundation, the Moffat Family Fund, the Winnipeg Foundation, and the Réseau Compassion Network. It gives me great pleasure to announce the formal launch of 4 new youth hubs today, bringing the total number of youth hubs to 5 here in Manitoba. I'm also pleased to unveil the new brand for the youth hubs, which will be called Huddle. The new Huddle youth hubs are Huddle Brandon, that is led by the Westman Youth for Christ, Huddle Broadway, led by the Canadian Mental Health Association, Winnipeg and Manitoba, Huddle South Central, led by Uville Clinic, Huddle Kanichik, led by Kanichik, Huddle Norwest, led by the Norwest Co-op Community Health Center, which opened in 2017, and Huddle Selkirk, led by the Peguis First Nation, which will open a little bit later this year. The Youth Hub model provides a low-barrier, integrated services for young people and their families for a one-stop shop. They bring together mental health and addiction services, primary care, peer support, and other social services to improve access to services for youth and young people. Improving the health and well-being of Manitobans is a priority for our government. We recognize that a strong mental health and addiction system with prevention and early intervention services is a key component of our healthcare system. As many of you know, in February of this year, my department released a pathway to mental health and community wellness, a roadmap for Manitoba. The government's 5-year plan for improving wellness, mental health, substance use and addiction services and programs in our province. The roadmap prioritizes efforts to expand and enhance initiatives focused on children and youth in collaboration with other departments and stakeholders throughout Manitoba. As part of this work, the department has committed to investing further in our core services all across this province. Today's historic announcement of the expansion of Huddle Youth Hubs is an important milestone for improving services for young people in our province. The new Huddle brand and the expansion of Youth Hubs has required a network of organizations and service providers to work very closely in the design and implementation of all of these services for our youth. I'd like to commend those providers and organizations for their dedication to supporting youth and families and for the invaluable role that you all play in the healthcare system. I also would like to recognize all of the youth who have been involved in this expansion and brand development. Your perspectives, insight, feedback, and collaboration have been instrumental, and we would not be here today without you. I look forward to your continued involvement in the Huddle Youth Hubs, and I'm so excited to see the impacts that you will have within your communities. Thank you to everyone who has been engaged within this initiative since the beginning, providing exceptional insight and your expertise to support the development of the Huddle Youth Hubs, as well as informing this new brand, which we'll see soon. Today I can announce that Huddle is here for youth because you were here for Huddle and committed to creating welcoming and inclusive services, which are very evident today. Thank you, miigwech, merci.
Thank you very much for those words, Minister. Next, I'd ask, let me see here, Dwayne Dick, please come up and say a few words.
All right. I didn't have anybody to carry a folder for me, so I brought my own here. So I was just thinking back in crafting this. It was about 30 years ago working with the Friendship Center. Frank is here. But Gail and I were getting together, our drop-in centers and our youth to connect together and to interact, to sort of build community and to sort of to see to youth expand their services and that. So there's this history in Brandon of agencies working together. I'm standing here as a representative of our lead agencies. Youth for Christ is part of that. But we work with some amazing other agencies and people that started this. All of us had experienced a frustration with youth our youth that we work with had in accessing services. And so, despite our best intentions, agencies found it challenging to provide a real wraparound care for youth. So when Chris from Prairie Mountain Health brought Gail, Jamie, Eva, Rachel, and myself together in a virtual meeting a couple of years ago and talked about the idea of this integrated youth services, we were like, this is great, we're going to jump in this. We had a week to get the application in. And just to show you how it did, everybody pulled together. We got reference letters, we got everything done, and we were within the week because there was just already such a need and such a cooperation already between agencies that we were able to jump in, take advantage of it, and Hub Services are here in Brandon. And we are excited about it because everyone did it. So today we're proud to celebrate the start of many new relationships. We've been doing a bit of a soft launch for a bit, but this is kind of doors open. Nicole gets to meet all the people coming in the front door. Nicole is one of our peer support staff. Gets to meet youth coming in the front door, and we are excited to open up with that. I have a few thank yous. First off, I want to thank the West Brandon YFC board. Our board chair is here somewhere because they were willing to take a risk and to step out and to say, yeah, we'll lead this, and that was fantastic. I want to thank you to the City of Brandon, who are active partners in this, helped us with all of this, getting the building, getting the permits, getting you would not believe some of the conversations we had and the amount of help that we have from the city of Brandon saying, yeah, we're going to make this. Our community needs it. We're going to make it work. And just fantastic. Pam and her team have pulled us all together and have been great resources and helped us to sort of craft and look towards the future. I want to say thank you to our funders who have made this possible. This is not a free initiative. And to expand services requires resources. And people have been very generous. And our community is better for it. I want to thank the province for being farsighted enough to initiate this. Our communities need it, and you've given support, and you've initiated this integrated youth services. So, just in closing, for us, integrated youth services means caring for a whole person, or as Sean, our Huddle director, likes to say, the biopsychosocial spiritual needs of youth and their parents. For us, this means not only one location, but also a continuity of relationships. Young people and their families who come here will experience the people and the place where they can belong. Thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you very much, Dwayne. I noticed that everybody noticed that our community elder, Frank Tecan, has joined us. And I just talked to Frank, and I put him on the spot because I am going to bring him up here at the end, because I think it's only fitting that we all come together as a community under prayer and under guidance of one of our greatest elders that we have in the city. But I am also very, very interested in hearing what Sachi has to say. So Sachi, please come up and the mic is yours.
Thank you all for being here. My name is Sachi Villanueva. I'm a member of the Youth Advisory Council in Brandon and Initiative-wide. I'm very excited that Huddle is officially launching today. The existence of youth hubs shows us that needing help is okay, and that help is there when we need it. Youth hubs make the process of seeking support accessible for youth all in one place. This allows us to feel less overwhelmed and empowers us to reach out, instead of being ashamed, scared, and alone. My mental health was at its lowest point when I was offered the opportunity to become a youth council member. I think this happened at the perfect time in my life, and I felt empowered to advocate for mental health and work towards eliminating the stigma completely. It is crucial to get youth involved in making decisions and creating Huddle to ensure our needs are being met in ways that are approachable to youth, who themselves have experienced challenges and support in their mental health journey. I believe this is a strong foundation built on trust with the best interest of youth in mind. It is also important to have a diverse team of youth members with varying ages, gender identities, and cultural backgrounds to address the gaps in services and identify the groups that are underrepresented and underserved. Coming from a family of immigrants who moved to rural Manitoba many years ago, it was a difficult time experiencing culture shock, going through puberty on top of that, and developing anxiety, not knowing it was called that at the time. You see, there are so many barriers to accessing mental health support. Sometimes we are not aware that things can be better because our culture is not as progressive. Sometimes we don't know we need help, and if we do know, the right type of help we need may not be available in our small town. This entire process of creating Huddle has been meaningful to me. Everyone I have met in person or virtually, somewhere along the process, were all genuine people. Our safe space invites everyone to feel comfortable to express themselves and have their voice heard and respected. This inspired me to feel more accepting of myself and made me truly realize that no one has to face life challenges alone. I am pleased that Huddle is offering free services to youth and young adults up to 29 years old, because we all know that life does not stop throwing challenges at 18. I am glad that there are a few youth hubs already in the province, and I hope that this is only the beginning for more to open in the future. Thank you to everyone for being here, and I hope you all enjoy today's event.
Thank you very much, Sachi, and for those great words and of interest to all of us, and to United Way. The folks from Winnipeg are here, and United Way Brandon District as well. So with that, though, it is my honor to invite up to the podium Frank Tecan to just to bring some greetings and say a few words.
Wow. Before I do my little speech, I don't have a piece of paper, it's all in here. Sometimes we have to start with a prayer. As human beings in this world, we forget about spirituality. And spirituality is so important, especially to youth. as parents, as grandparents, we need to start teaching our youth what's real in this world. So with that, I'm going to say a little prayer in my language, and just help me out. How can't I come back? How could I hate that? How dem beda o mach me don I mach happy. O ka bitte dan was still I could be. O ka ran typic de. Da could the was sekta. I we koska. Koska tetcha bana we you washed to got it dinner. Da ka won't be na you ha. To got ki hakina pop. Jo te gedat we choke de. O tikik. I can hunt ushu kapo. Debbie talking to you see it up it dinner. Was ik zoiets zeggen. Daar kwam de woorden te beginnen, we moeten kiezen. Ook een hand hawaachiki, dat shaki, dat shaki chaisho. Was ik die kapots. Hoe was ik hepatoki ja. Hoe in de hand. We gaan te de oyate kida. Had er zania. Je ook voor juske. Wat ook je nazipte. Is het hoe je hoort. How she kira. Creator God, give us your blessing today. You give us a beautiful day. Creator, this building, bless it. This is what our youth need. Our youth are lost. Creator, straighten their minds, body, and heart to find themselves on Turtle Island. And also pray for our leaders that are here today. To work for our youth also. So Creator, we're at the epidemic also. Keep everybody safe from this COVID-19 that's going around. Straighten their mind, body, and spirit. You build up the immune system so you don't catch the disease. So God, Creator, take this disease away now so we can socialize as human beings and to work together in the future. This is our prayer today. Oshikira, Oshika. Dakias, amen, thank you. So again, in this building, first walked in, it wasn't like this. I came to do the blessing of this building. You know, as First Nations, we ask permission for the things that we do. We ask Mother Earth, the Creator, for directions. So this could be a home for the youth and adults that work here. Because a lot of times our youth are so lost. When they're 18 years old, what do? We kick them out. In our way of life, they can stay home. Because there's such a, I always say this world is turned upside down. Because we depend on the government to tell us what to do. It should be the other way around. So with the youth are very confused and frustrated. Majority of our First Nations youth are lost. Their identity. They don't know who they are in this world. Métis, Inuit, they don't know who they are in this world. Because, I hate to say it, but the white people took all that away from us. All that language, the culture, our homeland, our medicines, the way of life, our ceremonies. But today, now we're working together. Slowly, those things are coming back to First Nations, Métis, Inuit people. I thank you for that. So I always say, in the future, let's stand together and work together. No dividing. That's not good. We want to teach our youth that, or even our little kids. And our little kids are our future leaders. Let's teach them something. And that something is love, unconditional love. Today we don't know what love is. It's so easy to say I love you and not mean it from the heart. So we got to start teaching our youth, male and female, what love is all about, how to love themselves. Because right now they're looking for a place to belong, looking into the gangs. Gang is not a warrior. Warriors don't hurt people. Warriors protect people. So there's a difference. So with that, I thank you for each and one of you that are here today. You know, let's just keep this going. Today it's all about money. Well, let's support this. Let's support it. 40, 100 years from now, let's keep it going because our youth need it. I'm here to support any way I can to help the youth. That's my role. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Frank, for those powerful words, and thank you for joining us today. That concludes our formal portion of today. I want to thank you all for coming. Enjoy the beautiful building, and I look forward to what this future brings, and I'm so excited for what holds the future of our youth in the Huddle program. So thank you all. Thanks again very much.